That's crazy, bro. Yeah, this is one. This is definitely one for the books.
Yeah, now that feel good. Feel great.
For sure, bro. Yeah,
I just lit a bomb. I'm not being lazy with it. I'm not playing around with it.
H to the Izzo, M to the Izzo. Push Izzo, you phony, the rapper version of Cisco.
Had a spark when you started, but now you're just garbage. Fell from top 10 to not mention at all.
I'm out for presidents to represent me.
Say what?
I'm out for presidents to represent me.
Say what?
Rock.
Presidents to represent me.
Rockefeller.
I'm out for presidents to represent me.
Your last album was, he broke it down how Nas fell off.
Smart enough, Nas. 4 albums in 10 years. I could divide, that's one of me, let's say 2.
When you abused as a child, scared to smile, they called you ugly.
Jay put a verse on one of my records, on my album. What you think of that?
I'm a ball till I fall, what you think of that?
Want a ball till you fall, I can help you with that.
The widely publicized conflict between Jay-Z and Nas stands out for several distinctive reasons. Firstly, the feud appeared to erupt unexpectedly.
How much of Biggie's rhymes is gonna come out your fat lips?
When the Remy's in the system.
Ain't no telling when I f*** 'em, will I diss 'em?
Catching many by surprise.
Hey, I sampled your voice, you was using it wrong. You made it a hot line, I made it a hot song.
Secondly, one of the diss tracks that emerged during the artist rivalry played a pivotal role in rejuvenating Nas's career. Lastly, the once intense feud between Nas and Jay-Z has now concluded. To delve into the origins of this feud, one must explore the how, when, and why it all began. So let's get started without any ado. There was a time when the idea of Jay-Z paying homage to his longtime rival Nas seemed unimaginable. Yet that's precisely what's unfolding today. In a seemingly nonchalant move, Hav revealed his title-exclusive playlist, a 24-track tribute to Nas.
Pull your card and argue all day about who's the best MCs, Biggie, Jay-Z, and all.
Although it may be hard to believe now, these two iconic New York rappers were once embroiled in a heated feud throughout the late 90s and early 2000s. Their exchange of verbal jabs persisted, with the tension even extending into 2018. If you thought the Pusha T and Drake beef was intense, the conflict between Jay-Z and Nas surpasses it. It reached a point where Jay-Z's mother, Gloria Carter, had to intervene. For those unfamiliar, the Jay-Z versus Nas feud is the quintessential rap beef. It set the hip-hop community in New York City and beyond ablaze, creating a legacy that goes beyond mere musical clashes. This rivalry birthed its own term, a verb describing one rapper thoroughly outclassing another with a diss track.
How much of Biggie's rhymes is gonna come out your fat lips?
The Jay-Z versus Nas feud unfolded as a gladiatorial clash between two rap giants. Spanning nearly a decade, these highly decorated MCs engaged in a fierce verbal duel, progressing from subtle jabs to outright body blows. The audience, enraptured by the spectacle, cheered on as both artists' entourages became entangled in the conflict.
Nas is very creative and Jay is creative, but it all depends on when the battle is won, who's the last man standing.
The lyrical sparring reached such personal depths that parental intervention was necessitated.
I am the truest. Name a rapper that I ain't influenced.
Mercifully, unlike the tragic outcomes of conflicts like Biggie versus Tupac, this battle concluded with triumph and an unexpected turn toward friendship.
Can't even call you a man when you gotta call out my name to get you some fans.
Jay-Z and Nas eventually reconciled, symbolizing a remarkable resolution to one of the greatest hip-hop rivalries in history as they shook hands and joined forces. To truly grasp the intensity of this clash, it's essential to revisit the time when Jay-Z and Nas fiercely contested for New York supremacy, etching their names into the world of hip-hop lore.
They shooting. I made you look. You a slave to a page in my rhyme book.
The setting is 1996, a time when Nas stands out as one of the most prominent MCs in the nation, riding high on the success of his debut album, Illmatic, which had been released a couple of years earlier. Rumors circulate that Nas was initially slated to make an appearance on Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt, particularly for the track Bring It On. However, Nas failed to materialize for the recording of his verse. In Nas's absence, producer Ski Beats ingeniously samples a line from Nas's The World Is Yours, Pete Rock remix for integration into another Jay-Z track, Dead Presidents 2.
I'm out for presidents to represent me.
Say what?
I'm out for presidents to represent me.
Say what?
Rock.
Presidents to represent me.
Rockefeller.
I'm out for presidents to represent me.
Notably considered one of Jay-Z's finest works, Dead Presidents 2 prominently features the sampled line, "I'm out for presidents to represent me." Reasonable Doubt, the album in question, graced the shelves in June of '96, marking a pivotal moment in hip-hop history as it captured the essence of a time when collaborations, near misses, and creative ingenuity shaped the landscape of the genre.
One was Nav, the other was Illmatic. That's a one hot album every 10 years.
Nas's second album, It Was Written, made its debut just a month later. The opening track, The Message, marked the beginning of what would be a series of perceived subliminal shots at Jay-Z. One such instance occurs in the lyrics, "Lex with TV sets the minimum." The connection to the Brooklyn rapper becomes apparent when considering Jay-Z's frequent references to Lexus in his first album. In Can I Live, Jay-Z likened his music to a Lexus with the line, "My mind is infested with sick thoughts that circle like a Lexus." Furthermore, Jay-Z showcased a luxurious Lexus GS in the video for Dead Presidents 2, solidifying the association between the rapper and the luxury car brand. Nas later confirmed that Jay-Z inspired that line, telling Complex, quote, "I saw Jay-Z driving a Lexus with the TVs in them. I got rid of my Lexus at that point and I was looking for the next best thing. It wasn't a shot at Jay, but it was just saying that's the minimum you gotta have. It's not a shot at him, but he inspired that line. It wasn't necessarily a shot at him, but because the song was a shot at everybody, he fell into that. But he definitely inspired that line." Jay-Z once again incorporates Nas's voice, this time in the track Rap Game, Crack Game. While Jay-Z is known for being sparing with his compliments, he occasionally acknowledges the talent of his peers. The sampling of Nas's voice in this instance can be seen as Jay-Z's subtle acknowledgement and nod to his rival from Queens. However, this act of recognition is only half of the story, as the complex relationship between these two rap titans continued to evolve, weaving a narrative of rivalry, respect, and the intricate dynamics within the hip-hop landscape. On Where I'm From, Jay also drops a reference that many believe to be his first jab in the battle. Quote, "I'm from where guys pull your card and argue all day about who's the best MCs, Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas." In the competitive arena of rap, Jay-Z, known for his penchant for victory, seizes an opportunity to assert his dominance. After the tragic death of Biggie Smalls in March '97, Jay-Z makes a bold claim for the hip-hop throne of New York with his track, "The City Is Mine." Some claim that Rockefeller artist and Jay-Z protege Memphis Bleek was brought into the feud with his first single from his coming-of-age album, Memphis Bleek Is, which has arguable similarities to Nas's Like. Most notably, however, is the track What You Think of That, where Bleek raps, quote, "My whole team rocks, we don't speak to cats. I'm a ball till I fall, what you think of that?" Then Nas fired back with Nostradamus, directly referring to the lyrics on What You Think of That. Quote, "I need an encore, y'all. You should welcome me back. You want a ball till you fall? I can help you with that." Memphis Bleek decided to step things up with a diss that could not be misinterpreted. On My Mind Right, he references Nas's second studio album, It Was Written. "Your lifestyle is written, so who you supposed to be, play your position," while also ensuring everyone he thinks very little of his rival. Quote, "It's beef, I'ma see you and bang till you hang up. Your life a lie, but here's the truth. You ain't hyped to die, but you hyped to shoot." Nas responded to Bleek with Stillmatic.
Your lifestyle's written, so who you supposed to be? Play your position. Oh, you didn't wanna know whose life was written? The life I'm living, the ice, the women.
Referring to several members of the Rockefeller crew, Jay-Z, Beanie Sigel, and of course Memphis Bleek. Rip the freeway, shoot through Memphis with money bags, stop in Philly, order cheesecakes, and eat beans fast. And then going directly to Hav asking, is he H to the Izzo, M to the Izzo? The Jay-Z and Nas feud reached a new level of intensity when Jay-Z delivered a memorable freestyle at Hot 97 Summer Jam. This freestyle took direct shots at Prodigy of Mobb Deep and Nas, leaving the audience in shock. However, it was the polished version of this performance that truly set the stage for a legendary rivalry.
I'm from the other side where other guys don't walk too much, and girls from the projects when said we talk.
Titled Takeover, the track appeared on Jay-Z's 2001 album The Blueprint, and it was evident that Jay-Z had come prepared for war. Produced by Kanye West, the song did not pull any punches. Jay-Z characterized Nas as a has-been with a one hot album every 10-year average, questioned his street credibility, and essentially attacked him on every conceivable level. For many rap enthusiasts, Takeover signaled a devastating blow to Nas's music career, and the feud between the two artists took a turn that left fans questioning the future of Nas in the industry. In a swift and scathing response, Nas retaliates with a freestyle over Paid in Full. This unrestrained rebuttal, later recognized as Stillmatic, aka H to the Omo, sees Nas laying out a litany of accusations against Jay-Z. According to Nas, Jay is a counterfeit hustler, a deceiver, and a fraud. Nas casts doubts on Jay-Z's authenticity, questions his integrity, and even takes aim at his S, branding him the fake king of New York.
Oh yeah, I sampled your voice, you was using it wrong. You made it a hot line, I made it a hot song.
Nas also mocks Jay for sampling his own songs, declaring, quote, "I count off when you sample my voice." Jay-Z, seemingly anticipating Nas's response, seizes the opportunity and revisits Takeover. He appends the final verse he had been withholding, making some strategic alterations. Takeover kicks off with the resonant voice of Jim Morrison proclaiming, "Come on, gonna win, yeah, we're taking over." A young and burgeoning producer named Kanye West crafted the song, layering it with robust drums and a menacing sample of The Doors' 5 to 1. The addition of KRS-One's vocal sample from Sound of the Police infuses the track with a militant undertone.
Memphis Bleak, we running this rap. B-Mac, we running this rap.
Coolly navigating the baseline is Jay-Z himself. With biting wit, Jay articulates his perspective, contending that Nas and Prodigy are counterfeit tough guys who fabricate their reputations. After dedicating 2 full verses to dismantling Mobb Deep, Jay-Z redirects his focus to Nas for the subsequent 32 bars. Demonstrating a scholarly precision, Jay-Z systemically deconstructs Nas's earlier attacks on Stillmatic. Freestyle while simultaneously launching his own counter-offensive.
King of New York, you show off, I count off when you sample my voice, I rule you before you used to rap.
Nas questioned Jay's S. Jay says it's Nas who's the model Carl Connie Esco ads. Nas dubbed Jay a fake hustler. Jay replies that Nas didn't live the street life he witnessed from his folks' pad. He adds that Nas had never seen a Tech 9 until Jay showed him one while on tour with Large Professor. Large Pro would somewhat confirm this story later.
As a matter of fact, the first beat he really wrote to was a Swiss Beats beat. It was a lot more energy and a lot more hype.
Nas said he counts off when Jay-Z samples his songs. Jay replies that Nas made it a hot line, but he, Jay-Z, made it a hot song. Besides, Jay adds, Nas wasn't really counting off. Quote, "You ain't get a corn. You was getting F. Then I know who I paid. God. Searchlight Publishing." Jay-Z even ad-libs the line again in the background, "I'm out for the presidents to represent me." What sets Takeover apart is Jay-Z's approach to the song from the perspective of a true hip-hop enthusiast. With a touch of sarcasm, he dissects Nas's career as if he were a brutally honest fan. Jay-Z not only delivers biting critiques, but also shapes the discourse around Nas's artistic journey. Even if some of the presented facts are embellished for dramatic effect, by adopting the lens of a discerning hip-hop head, Jay-Z adds a layer of complexity to the diss track, engaging listeners in a thought-provoking analysis of Nas's legacy and impact on the rap scene. One of the most powerful lines on Takeover arrives on the 3rd verse. Quote, "Because you know who did you know, what with you know, who, but let's keep that between me and you." Only 3 people know what Jay is talking about here. Jay-Z, Nas, and you know who. Jay is baiting Nas, daring him to respond. Not responding wasn't even an option for Nas. The only question remaining is how do you respond to a song as effective as Takeover? Indeed, Nas demonstrated that he would not back down easily. On his 2001 album Stillmatic, he unleashed Ether, a diss track that would go down in history as one of the most powerful and impactful responses in the realm of hip-hop feuds. Nas responded to Jay-Z's claims of being a has-been by reminding him he's been in the rap game much longer. Quote, "I got this lock since 1991. I am the truest. Name a rapper that I ain't influenced." He then proceeded to attack his street cred and accuses him of copying his style. Quote, "In 88, you was getting chased to your building, calling my crib, and I ain't even give you my numbers. All I did was give you a style for you to run with. Y'all deal with emotions like What's sad is I love you cause you're my brother, you traded your soul for riches." In Ether, Nas took the diss track to another level. He not only attacked Jay-Z's appearance by calling him ugly, but also labeled him as a misogynist. The track employed unsavory homophobic slurs against Jay-Z and hinted at an alleged affair with Foxy Brown. Nas also went on to assert that Eminem had outshined Jay-Z on their collaborative track Renegade, and claimed that Jay-Z had appropriated his rhyming skills from Biggie.
Biggie's your man, then you got the nerve to say that you better than Big. The lips.
Ether played a pivotal role in Nas's comeback, earning acclaim from both critics and fans. After a series of lackluster releases, Stillmatic marked a triumphant return for the Queens rapper. The beef and the subsequent album releases, including The Lost Tapes and God's Son, solidified Nas's position as New York City's premier MC for years to come. While Takeover had shaken the hip-hop community, Ether elevated the feud to another level, leaving a lasting impact on the genre.
Fuck with your soul like ether. Teach you the king, you know you. Godson across the belly. I prove you lost already.
Rattled, Jay-Z makes an uncharacteristic move. On December 11th, 2001, Hot 97 FM premieres Jay-Z's Super Ugly, a freestyle over Get Yourself A and Bad Intentions. Super Ugly is an underrated diss track packed with some pointed lines. Quote, "This guy, a never sold aspirin. How he Escobar. Guys in pink suits trying to get cute." But it gets overshadowed by one reckless moment. After 2 verses of hip-hop bravado, Jay-Z gets super ugly. He reveals a fling with Carmen Bryan, the mother of Nas's daughter Destiny, complete with graphic imagery.
I got your up in my rover, man. I never kiss her, never hold her hand. In fact, I diss her.
The fallout from the escalating beef between Jay-Z and Nas reached a point where many felt Jay-Z had crossed a line. One notable observer was Jay-Z's own mother, Gloria Carter. She, along with thousands of fans, tuned in to Hot 97 when Super Ugly premiered. Upon hearing the explicit references to Carmen and Destiny on the radio, Gloria expressed her concern to her son, advising him that he had gone too far. In response to his mother's guidance, Jay-Z chose to apologize. He took the opportunity to express regret and extend an apology to Nas and his family during an appearance on Angie Martinez's Hot 97 show. Quote, "I want to apologize to Carmen and any females I may have offended," Jay said, his voice cracking with emotion. Nas later told MTV, quote, "I mean, there was even a moment when Jay was on the radio and, you know, mom said, chill. His mom, my mom, bless her, was listening and I was like, wow, my mom's was listening." And the fact that he said it on the radio when his mom was listening, that's when I knew we both went too far. In their hometown of New York City, the tension surrounding the Jay-Z and Nas feud reached a fever pitch. Local radio stations like Hot 97 fueled the rivalry by playing Ether and Super Ugly back-to-back, intensifying the drama. The station even conducted a poll about the beef, revealing that 58% of listeners favored Ether over Super Ugly, suggesting a general consensus that Nas had emerged as the victor in the feud. One person wrote on the internet, "Nas won that beef, no doubt," plus ended up on a Power Stage concert performing with Jay-Z in 2005. No one saw that coming in hip-hop. Another one added, quote, "Nas is the greatest to ever touch the mic, untouchable ain't no debate. Nas K, Jay-Z and his crew. Nas has always been the king of New York, king and of hip-hop period." Ether has since become an iconic diss track, serving as a template for other rappers engaged in similar conflicts. Notably, Remy Ma's Sheether, aimed at Nicki Minaj, drew inspiration from Nas's original masterpiece. The term ether itself has transcended its original context and is now frequently used as a verb in hip-hop circles, signifying one rapper asserting dominance over another through a powerful diss track.
And we all know it was a beef that you started. Pillow talking out of your ass, this retarded.
The ongoing feud between Jay-Z and Nas continued to simmer, with Jay-Z launching another attack on Nas, this time on the title track of his Blueprint 2 album. In his lyrics, Jay-Z asserted his generosity compared to Nas, once again casting doubt on Nas's street credibility. Notably, Jay-Z even referenced Nas's Super Ugly apology, an act encouraged by his own mother, adding another layer to their ongoing exchange of disses. He rapped, quote, "My mama can't save you this time, guy is history," following Nas's response on Last Reel Alive, where he likened the beef with Jay-Z to Scarface and suggested that Jay-Z was merely a footnote in the history of New York hip-hop. A sort of ceasefire ensued between the two rap titans. While minor shots were still fired, the intensity of their feud diminished and Jay-Z temporarily stepped back from the rap scene with the Black Album.
Watchcombe used to live on 142nd, you know what I'm saying? I mean, well, not live, I got some people that live over there in Dame, basically grew up on 142nd.
4 years after the release of Ether, Nas and Jay-Z made a surprising move by publicly ending their long-standing beef. This reconciliation took place in front of a sold-out crowd at the Continental Airlines Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey during Jay-Z's I Declare War tour in October 2005. Contrary to expectations that Jay-Z might use the tour to confront his hip-hop enemies, he instead chose to publicly make amends with Nas on stage. The two rap icons performed Dead Presidents and The World Is Yours together, and Jay-Z declared, "All that beef is done. We had our fun." He emphasized the need to move past the animosity and focus on financial success, stating, "Let's get this money." A year later, Nas terminated his deal with Columbia Records and signed with Def Jam, where Jay-Z was now at the helm. Shortly after this transition, the two officially collaborated for the first time on Black Republican, featured on Nas's album Hip Hop Is Dead. Despite occasional speculation on the internet that Jay-Z's album release with Beyonce right after a Nas album was an attempt to revive the early millennium beef, the reality is that the animosity is firmly behind them. The subsequent collaborations between the two legendary artists served as a testament to the power of resolution and growth in the world of hip-hop. The beef has been put to rest, and the focus has shifted to creating new and collaborative musical endeavors.